second graders, Miss Diorio here from Citizenship Academy with your next math lesson. For this one, you're going to want something to write with and something to write on because we're going to start solving subtraction problems. So in our subtraction problems today, you're going to see a 3-digit number and a 2-digit number. We're going to take a 2-digit number away from the 3-digit number. Now we're going to use what's called the associative property. This is a big word, but you've used it before. So we're going to go over that. We're going to start with smaller numbers and get bigger. And we're going to use tape diagrams and pictures and all that good stuff today to make it easy for you. All right, let's start off with an application problem. So grab your paper and pencil, and here we go. Maria made 60 cupcakes for the school bake sale. She sold 28 cupcakes on the first day. How many cupcakes did she have left? Okay, I want you to pause the video and solve this whatever way makes sense to you. Okay, you can use place value charts, you can use the vertical method, you can use rounding up, finding the next 10, whatever strategy works for you. I want you to pause and solve. Good? Okay, so she made 60 cupcakes to start and she sold 28. So we need to figure out what that difference is. When we're finding the difference, are we adding or subtracting? Good, we're subtracting. So we're going to say 60 minus 28. Now, I'm going to solve it using the arrow method because that's easiest for my brain. So I'm going to start with 60, and I'm going to take 20 away right off the bat. And that's going to get me to 40. Now, I still need to take 28 away. So I need to take 8 more away. 40 minus 8 is going to be 32. So Maria has 32 cupcakes left. Thumbs up if you got it. Good job. Okay. So this you don't need your paper and pencil for. I just need you to work with me on this one. So I'm going to show you a row of 8 cubes. There's 5 yellow, 3 red. Okay? 5 plus 3, 8. Now I'm going to show you a row of 5 cubes. 5 yellow cubes. What is the difference between 5 and 8? 3. Very good. Can you say that in a number sentence for me? The difference between 5 and 8. Good. 8 minus 5 equals 3. Awesome. All right, now I'm going to add 1 cube to the end of both of the sticks. Has the difference between the sticks changed? Has the difference between the top stick and the bottom stick changed? It hasn't, right? There's still a difference of 1, 2, 3. Very good. Now, can you tell me this number sentence? It's not going to be 8 minus 5 equals 3. It's going to be a little bit different. Good. It's going to be 9 minus 6 equals 3. The difference is the same. When we had this one here, we had 8 minus 5 equals 3. 3 is our difference. This one we have 9 minus 6 equals 3. 3 is still our difference because we added that 1 to both numbers. So 8 minus 5 equals 9 minus 6. All right, let's try it with another one. I have 7 cubes, 3 yellow, 4 red. And then I have 3 yellow cubes on the bottom. What's the difference between 7 and 3? One, two, three, 4. We got 4. Good. What's the number sentence we can say to tell the difference between, to write out the difference between 7 and 3? Excellent. 7 minus 3 equals 4. Very good. Okay, now I'm going to add 1 green cube to each stick again. Adding it to both parts. Is the difference going to be different? Has the difference changed? It hasn't, right? The difference is still 1, 2, 3, 4. So what would this number sentence be? Good. 8 minus 4 equals 4. Awesome. So does 7 minus 3 equal 8 minus 4? It does. Very good. Okay. Now, this is where we're going to start getting into the bigger numbers. Okay, we have 34 minus 19. How much more does 19 need to get to its next 10? Good, just 1. So just like we did in this problem when we added 1 to each, we're going to add 1 to each of these numbers. So we're going to add 1 to 34 and 1 to 19. So that gives us 34 minus 20. Now 35 minus 20 in our brains is a whole lot easier to figure out than 34 minus 19. We're just getting to the next 10, but whatever we do to one number, we have to do to the other number. So that's how we get 35 minus 20. We're going to do the same thing when we get to the bigger numbers, and I'll show you how in a little bit. Okay, try this one. How much more does 29 need to get to the next 10? Just 1, right? Okay, on your paper, I want you to show me what this new number sentence will be if we add 1 to 29 and 1 to 52. What's that new number sentence going to be? Go ahead and pause and write that now. Good. It's going to be 53 minus 30, and that's going to get us 23. That's just easier for our brains to work out. Whatever we do to one, we got to do to the other. All right, let's do another one. How many more does 38 need to get to the next 10? 2, right? Pause, add 2 to 38, add 2 to 64, and write me that new number sentence. Good? So we're adding, because we want to get 38 to its next 10, we're going to add 2 to 64 and add 2 to 38 to get 38 to 40. So we're going to do 66 minus 40 equals 26. Excellent job. All right, let's try another one. How many more does 27 need to get to the next 10? Awesome. Now your job. You're going to add 3 to each number and tell me that number sentence and the answer. So pause, write that down now. Good. We're adding 3 to 83, and that's going to get us 86. And we're adding 3 to 27. That's going to get us to 30. 86 minus 30 equals 56. Good job. Okay, now, this is where we're going to get into the bigger numbers. Whatever you do to one, you have to do to the other, okay? This is called compensation. We're going to get to that in a second. Okay, so here's our first problem. We're going to do, I'm going to write it down my board for you, 230 minus 180. Now, we want to get 180 closest to its next 100. Okay, the last steps we were doing the next 10. This one we're going to do the next 100. How much more does this need to get to the next 100? 180, 190, 200. That's going to be 2 10s or 20. So what you're going to do is you're going to do the same thing that you were just doing with the smaller numbers, but with bigger numbers now. But you guys know these facts because you know your smaller numbers. So we're going to add 20 to both. So 230 plus 20 equals 250 minus 200. Adding 20 to both. Now that is a heck of a lot easier to figure out, right? What's that answer? Good, 50. Ta-da! When we add the same amount to both numbers to make it equal, to make it equivalent, we call this compensation. So this strategy is the compensation strategy. Can you say compensation? You got it. All right, let's try another one. Okay, let's do this one together, and then I'm going to have you try it on your own. So let's write 330 minus 280 on your board. Okay, we want to get this number, because it's closer to its next 100, to its next 100. How many do we need to add to this to get to 300, to get to its next 100? Awesome. We gotta add 20, right? So we're gonna draw a tape diagram and add 20 to each. Now I want you to write the new problem on your board. Make sure you add 20 to each of the numbers. You should get 350 minus 300, which gives us Easy peasy 50. Good job. All right, I want you to try this one on your own. Write out the number sentence, draw the tape diagram, and then write me the new number sentence. So pause and try that now. Let's go over it. So we want to get 370 to its next 100, right? To make it easier for us to subtract. So that's going to be adding 30. 370, 380, 390, 400. So we're going to add 30 to each of our numbers. So we're going to get 530 minus 400, which is going to give us an easy round number of 130. Awesome job. All right, I'm going to have you try one more on your own. Ready? Try this one. I'm going to give you a hint. You're going to make the 380 to its next 10. When you're doing subtraction, it's easier to do the second number in the problem, make that to the next 10. So you're going to do 570 minus 380, make this 380 to its next 10. Okay? Pause and try. Got it? Okay. So how many do we need to get from 380 to 400? 10, 20. Good. So we're going to add 20 to both 570 and 380. So what is our new number sentence? Yeah, 590 minus 400, which is going to give us 190. Awesome job. So whatever you do to one, you do to the other. You want to make the second number get to its nearest 10, whether it's counting by ones, counting by tens, counting by hundreds, whatever it is. Get the second number to its nearest 10, add it to both. Whatever you do to one, you have to do to the other, and then make that easy subtraction problem for yourself. Your problem set today is doing the same thing. I gave you an example here of the tape diagram. So this number sentence here is the first one. This number sentence, the second one, is just like we were doing in our work here, changing it around. And then they show you the tape diagram so you can practice drawing out that tape diagram. I like to draw it out so that I know exactly what I'm adding and I can see it out so I can see how it's equivalent, how it's equal. So you just have 5 problems today. Be careful with some of the equal signs where they're located. And that's it for today.